Hello everybody, my name is Troublemaker. This is the Wargame Cup 2012 tournament brought to you by UGen Systems and Intel, and we're going to see a match between two relatively unknown players. The first, representing the NATO, is Pellenor, and representing the PACT we have Dragon Period, which is apparently a dragon on his period, judging by the symbolism of this name. In that case, he'll be very, very angry and will probably be breathing fire. Pellenor, I'm not even sure what that name means. Going for a 3-command strategy. 2 and 3 command strategies are the most common on this map. Very few people deploying a 1-command strategy, and we can see from Dragon Period that he is actually going to be deploying a lot of aircraft and a flying command. And this is no doubt so that he can quickly take Echo or Delta. The person who takes this forward command has a pretty sizable advantage as far as gameplay goes, and they will reap an economic advantage. Now, the helicopter does cost about an extra 100. Is it 100? I think it's 100, right? No, it's actually only 40. Well, that's going to pay off pretty quickly. So with only 40, it does pay off rather quickly. And yeah, it looks like 3-command strategy from Pellenor. Having 3 commands means immediately that he probably will not have the forces to be able to take this key middle location. So instead of having, say, Foxtrot and Echo, like his opponent will, he will have Alpha, Charlie, and Bravo. Subtotal, he'll actually still be lower, or no, you'll actually be equal on points. So this 3-command strategy has a pretty significant weakness to it. However, since you have the commands already, if you are able to move up and create a flank here, you can just move one of those commands up and you will gain heavy bonus. And we see a lot of helicopters being deployed from Pellenor as well. And this map is very popular for GC play. He's got lots of tanks, lots of Zippos. And it looks like nope, not going for the middle. Just going to stage along the sides, and he's actually deploying his helicopters all the way in the front. Oh my god, he might have a recon right off the bat. That's huge. 85 points. And these helicopters are flying blind. We're seeing a little bit of a dance here of helicopters, and actually this helicopter play was enough for him to get his forces in position and actually secure middle, something that should not have happened considering the fact that he has 200 points worth less of units. And here we go. The kind of disadvantage of deploying when you don't have enough units is that an enemy who does have a lot of units is just going to try and come steamroll you. And here we go. I want to slow this down a bit. This is way too fast. But looking at the freeze frame here at an interesting position, we can see that we have 3 BTR Zolos unloading on groups of MARTA VTSIs. There are some AML links here. We can see these BTR Pies leading the charge, soaking some of the damage, and there's more BTR Pies with infantry. We see lots of infantry having deployed in the woods, lots of anti-tank weapons, these Conquerors. There's some Praga anti-air weapons firing on... Where are the aircraft? Oh, there they are, firing on these aircraft here. So a lot of units of similar value all firing on the same location. And here we go, the helicopter is being rushed in by Pellenor. Very key mistake using helicopters against infantry, and they all die. And this gives a pretty big lead to Dragon. Lots of infantry going to rush forward. If he can drop off any of these infantry, that would be huge. And he's going to Motos Strelkis deployed right in the front. The AML links and the MARTA VTSIs are being pulled back, and the chasseurs in the woods might get cleaned up by Motos Strelki. Quite the opening. I think with the speed of the game, it's finally slowing down. That's why I can talk slower. Moto Strelkis are starting in position. We see the Zippo is actually unloading onto his Moto Strelki. There's no bigger counter in the game than flamethrower tanks versus infantry. And we see that suddenly this pullback by Pellenor is working out a little bit. He has an AMX OP deployed on the field, shelling at this location, which has lots of groups of clumps of units, and it's actually doing quite effective damage. And suddenly Pellenor is actually taking a pretty sizable lead here. Now keep in mind, there's a little bit of a problem for Dragon Period, who doesn't really have another command anywhere. Where'd the command go? Maybe this is how he got his lead. Maybe he struck a command by luck. Huh? Where did the other command go? It's really bizarre. It's not there. And we can see there's actually another flank coming around here by Pellenor, wanting to take one of these locations over here. and just wanted to fortify Delta so that no flanking moves can happen. And looks like another helicopter might go down. It's a transport helicopter. It is stunned and will go down from a Marder 1. And there's lots of infantry here, which could be a little bit of a problem because this has a lot of anti-infantry weapons on the field. We have Zippos and these Marder 1s, which of course have a very severe range, high caliber weapon count. Wait, not caliber, but high numbers of munitions. I'm not going to run out very quickly. And very much able to deal with these Marder 1s. Pellenor showing a pretty crazy attack here. We have the N2A helicopters shelling out these Martyrs, which just gained some veterancy. Probably wants to keep them alive. Martyr Roland 2. Oh my god. 3 rockets left. Hopefully that's enough for him to take out this gunship helicopter, which is pestering him. All these Conquerors have actually completely run out of rockets, unable to deal with any damage, but they've pretty much destroyed all the tanks they're looking at. The Martyr 1 is completely shoved off, but the Martyr Roland 2 loading. First rocket misses, has 2 more rockets to go. Oh, there's actually a Jupiter here to resupply it. And will it get any gunships? No, looks like all the gunships will escape in time. So Pellenor takes a pretty sizable lead right now. Enough of a lead that his opponent will have to try and come back. Speaking of missing commands, it seems that we're missing 2 commands on the map. There should be... And possibly both of them got destroyed. Martyr 1 versus Conqueror, not good. It got resupplied just as the Martyr 1 tried to move up and wait forces. And so yeah, it looks like in that battle both players actually lost a command each, which is interesting because it means it's actually going to be a very low point game. And generally speaking, in low point games, people generally go for like very cheap helicopter units as opposed to more expensive ones. You see a lot less play and small moves. This is actually a pretty big move though, so these are pretty non-standard players. Martyr BTS high, trying to take out these BTR 60 pies. Moving away though, might try and go after these Moto Strelkis, or might just run into them. The Moto Strelkis are actually running away when they should be running towards it. I don't know what's going on here. Running away is not the best choice, but the Martyr BTSI is still pounding on the tank location. There's a Saracen moving up with an infantry in it. And the Valeries are clearing of these woods, which of course have my favorite unit, the Przecistrela 3. Which is a great anti-air weapon. Great for static defense, but not particularly good when you're on the move. Very cheap as well. That's why I like it. People always make fun of the Jewish for being cheap. They should make fun of the Newfies for being cheap. We are the cheapest people on the planet. The Saracen is routed before it's able to hit this Conqueror, but of course the Conqueror is actually out of ammunition. It still has grenades, so it can still do close range damage. And we can see a Zippo moving up as well. Maybe trying to get this Moto Strelki. Very passive player. Actually, look at this. Pellenor, a very fast win, and very high rated too, 1900, so he wasn't a small fish. I have a secret to tell you though, I've been holding it for a while. The next match, the big surprise, is going to be a match featuring Guru. Yes, it is not a secret anymore. So good on you, Dragon Period, for having the most interesting name. Maybe we'll see you next year. But I will see you again in like 5 minutes. Just click on the video. Watch the Bent Guru video. Do it now. Unless it's not uploaded yet, then wait like 2 hours and then watch it. Do it now.